Okay. All right.
Is this a podcast or what is this?
I don't know. I don't even know what you call this. I don't know if it's a vlog, a podcast, a dance with the devil. I'm not sure what you call this, but we're live. Now let me go to two people are watching, and I think it's just me and you. I think it's me and you. I think we're the only two people watching right now. Let's see. Let me go down to the chat room.
You know how to do chat rooms. You do them all.
There's actually a chat room, dude, where people can chat while we're talking to each other. I can see this on the other computer. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Now, the last chat room you were in, though, that didn't go well, though, right?
That did not.
That was a 1-900.
All right, here, I got some. All right, Vic, time to go live. Here we go. See your test. Start the stream, Jeremy says. Wiry says, hello, Gallo. Gallo's not here. Watching from Brazil. Some dude's watching from Brazil right now, dude. Go Broncos. Okay, let's make this quick because I know you've got to go and I got to get to the Broncos practice and I did do a workout on my womb.
Do you want to comb your hair before we start or no?
No, because when I get on television, I do the grease look. This is what hair looks like without the grease in the product. Have you seen, by the way, Joffrey Laverne and I have gone back and forth on product. Joffrey's my kind of guy because he believes in product and he puts a lot of it in before each game. Mm-hmm. So we're exchanging recipes. So next game, he's going to use my product. And for the next broadcasting opportunity, I'm going to use his product.
Are you talking about gel or are you talking about what?
You never call it gel. That is
hairspray.
You don't. Oh my God! What do you think this is? You don't call it hair. Is it 1980? You don't call it hairspray.
What are you using?
Product.
That you buy from where? Let me tell you what I do.
What do you use? Do you use plant seed?
No, I use a crew paste. Okay. Now you got to understand when you don't have very many hairs, you have to spike. You spike it.
I know, to make it look like it's prosperous. Like like crops. When you have fewer crops, you make sure that they're taller and I know how it works.
The problem is I get gigantic goids. You know what a goid is? A goiter. If you don't wash your hair correctly, oof, it can be a real messy mess.
Why? What happens?
You get big old zits.
You do?
Yes.
On your scalp?
No, on like my neck.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know.
Wash yourself.
You wash yourself. You haven't even taken a shower yet today.
Hey, when you take a shower, be totally honest, because you're at the gym. I've seen some guys like go ultra aggressive with the lathering. I mean, going hard, like, and I've always wondered, what are you scraping off? What's happening right now?
Well, first of all, you're so disgusted. The guy that got out before you was about 75. Okay, and you don't know what's falling off his body.
And he's walking around the entire area naked. He refuses
what my favorite thing to do? My favorite thing to do is to go. So this is the backside of my shower, and I just sit there like this for like 5 minutes.
And just let the water hit you.
And I always dream that I'm flicking back my hair. The days of when I used to have sweet, sweet, luscious hair.
When did you start losing your hair?
Probably like 5 years ago.
How did you notice it? Was it on your pillow when you woke up in the morning, or what?
No, it was mainly my friends. People like you started to tell me.
Why didn't you? Because you're in the television business. In all honesty,
are you going to tell me about plugs?
No, but why didn't you do something to derail the whole bald assignment? Why didn't you do something? Why didn't you step on this bug when you had the chance? Because you had the chance.
Are you talking about like niacin and that?
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Like my hair gets really gray on the top here, and I go straight to the paint. I did something about it. You obviously didn't do something.
Do that again because that wasn't gray. That was called gone. Yeah, that's gone.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's there. Oh no, it's not. It's not gone. It's there. Look.
Oh, phew! I can smell it. Have you showered? Seriously?
It smells like Aquanet. Okay, Let's talk about sports. So shut up a little bit. Let's talk about sports because that's what people are going to tune into the show for. All right. Let's hit everything real quick.
Okay.
One by one. Okay. If you are a Broncos season ticket holder and you pay $95 per seat, and somebody from Pittsburgh on StubHub or whatnot offered you $500 for your tickets this Sunday, would you sell them?
I would punch them in the womb. That's the honest to God truth.
You
do not sell those. You know why? Because here's what happens. It ends up being the greatest victory of all time, and you have to go back and tell your friends that you sold them for $5. What are you going to do with $410? I mean, what are you going to do?
I like money.
What are you going to do with $410?
Go to Vegas.
You're going to go out. No, you're not. You're not going to go to Vegas on 410. You can barely get there.
All right. Yeah, that's not a very good example. Let's say then that you could sell tickets for enough that would pay for your season tickets. That would basically mean you get to watch all the season for free because some dude from Pittsburgh or Newcastle
is going to pay for my season tickets.
Exactly.
Then I do it.
So you see, there is a line drawn.
There's an amount.
Yeah. All right.
So let me ask you this. So if somebody says to you, Vic, hey, I'll give you $5,000 for your 2 seats in section 338, row 6, seats 7 and 9, which you know are clearly in the middle of the section. You don't know what's going to happen, and they're going to pay for your season tickets. You're taking that.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though, because I'm not a season ticket holder, so it's hard for me to assume anything. We're talking to people that pay a lot of good money for their seats, and we're members of the media. We get in for free, so us talking about this subject matter is laughable in its own. But whatever. I wonder how, if somebody sold their seats and they've been longtime season ticket holders, I wonder how they would be received to their friends in that area when they return to the game.
Here's the thing. If you are longtime and you have buddies sitting in front of you, or not buddies, but hey, Vern, hey, John, if you're one of those and all of a sudden 2 Pittsburgh fans are in there, if I'm one of those guys, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. If you can get back your entire season ticket money for one game, I'd just go straight over to Brooklyn's, watch it, there, and then apologize to everyone.
Yeah, or buy them beers or something. Hey, we got a question from someone in the chat room. Taylor, thanks for chatting, Taylor. We've got 11 people watching right now.
Yes!
We've more than quadrupled our audience since we started this. Taylor says, why does everyone assume only people buying tickets are Steelers fans? Bronco fans don't have tickets. They want to buy them too. You're right. That's a false assumption on our part, Taylor, but I think everybody knows what happened in the 2005 AFC Championship game when the Steeler fans invaded Mile High and started waving the terrible towels. So the assumption is when you give up your tickets that they can go into the hands of the opposing team's fans. That's all. That's the assumption.
Let me say this, and this is because I'm a hockey guy. When Chicago comes into town, I want to barf.
Oh, yeah, that's awful. Now, when the Lakers come into town for Nuggets games and they're yelling Kobe.
Same thing.
Seriously.
Same thing. But these are, you know what they are, Vic? They're they're Chicago fans that live here.
Yeah, of course.
They're not traveling. They've been cheering for the Avs, and as soon as Chicago came into town, they switched jerseys. They probably brought a different girlfriend. Yeah. They've got their Avalanche girlfriend, and now they got their Chicago girlfriend. Yeah. They're traitors.
Well,
I can't stand it.
That's hard to combat. We've all lived in different areas. I lived in Arizona, and you sort of pull for the home team, and then of course you're at heart. I'm a Bronco fan, obviously, because I'm from here. So there are very few people anymore left that are actual Denver natives or so-called Denverites or Colorado grown and bred. So I understand that whole dance that's played. Having said that, though, man, if you don't have home field advantage, if it doesn't exist, then why bother? Like right now, if the Broncos can't utilize home field on Sunday to their best, what's the point? What you'd rather play an easier team on the road than have home field throughout the play. I've always said this. I think home field is overrated. It's overrated because look at last week. All the road teams won.
Every single one. Well, let me say this, just because I want to change the subject real quick. Assuming that Antonio Brown plays, which we all think he's going to play, and there won't be any apology towards him because whether or not he had concussion or what, he's going to play. What do you think the odds are? I want serious odds that the Broncos win this game.
I think they've already won this game. I think the Broncos will win this game. I know you're looking at me like I use Aquanet, but I usually don't go on.
They've already won?
Yeah, I don't go on a limb like that too often, Kyle. I'm really Mr. Conservative. If you've listened to me before, every game's a hard game. Every game's a close game. And I'm not saying this is going to be a blowout game by any means. No way do I believe that. But they have been given such an opportunity here. If they can't find a way to beat a beaten and battered Pittsburgh team with a quarterback who, he likes to play drama queen. I get it. He's not as hurt as everybody thinks. But they have every incentive to beat them since they lost to them last time. Antonio Brown, even if he does play, he may think his name is Richard. He doesn't know where he is. If you don't beat Pittsburgh Sunday, I would classify that as one of the more disappointing games in recent Broncos history.
It's a mile-high meltdown. But here's the thing, Vic. We don't know what Peyton Manning we're going to get. You don't know what Peyton Manning we're going to get.
You're exactly right.
So I don't know how you can guarantee it. And you want to know, here's the scariest part of it all.
Yeah.
Say Peyton goes out and throws 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Then you make a change.
Are you sure? That's how and then you lose, and that's how Peyton goes out?
But listen, here we go. Are we gonna argue this? Are we in this for Peyton's legacy, or are we in this for the Broncos to advance? Because if you're in this for Peyton's legacy, this is a different argument. You go to the Hall of Fame and hang out with him. I'm all about the Broncos. There are not 2 separate teams here. There's one team, and everyone's wearing the same color uniform. So if you're rooting for one thing over another, I mean, this isn't fantasy football. I know you're into that fantasy crap. This is real football.
Right? I understand that, but what I'm saying is you've basically given him the reins. You're saying this is your team. Now, if he goes out there and throws an interception and the team only scores, 7 points in the first half, is that enough to pull him? Because it's not like Brock has provided fireworks and all of this off all of a sudden.
Let me put it to you this way. Were you surprised when Brock was pulled against the Chargers?
No.
You were not? I was. I was stunned. I was stunned.
I was happy. I was happy. Brock doesn't do it for me. I don't think Brock's there yet. And when Peyton came in, you know this as well as I do. Every person on that offensive line, everybody on the defensive side of the ball felt a certain sort of warmness. There was something about no, don't puke. What I'm saying is there's something about having a leader, a guy that has been there and done that makes things different. He didn't do anything spectacular. He was 5 for 9 or 5 for 10. He didn't do anything terrific, but the team, something changed.
You know what it's like? You know what it'd be like? It's like Varley's playing a crap game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he's just not getting it done, or the defense isn't getting it done. And all of a sudden, Patrick Waugh injects himself onto the ice, and the team changes its entire mentality. I get it. No, that happens in pro sports. But can it happen over time? It can happen in one game. It can happen in one half. But does that carry over to the next game and the one after that? That's the question here. Kubiak made the move because his gut told him to, and I totally respect the move, by the way. Most coaches don't, they go with the numbers. He went with his gut. But does that mentality for the entire offense, the way they operate, does that carry over to the next game? I can't wait to find out.
Have you not once thought about the fairy tale ending to this whole thing? That this story that ended in Chapter 8 for Peyton Manning on the day that he broke the record, that story doesn't somehow come back. The Broncos win the Super Bowl, and oh my God, Peyton is finally going out on. You haven't taken yourself to the fairy tale side of this, because don't give me this team stuff. I get that, but I know your sick brain has taken you to. I think that if Peyton comes back and he wins this is the ultimate story.
Well, of course.
I know you've been there.
Of course. Not everybody gets to finish their careers like John Elway, like Ray Lewis on that fairy tale train. I get it. And we'd all love to see that. So I'm not saying I'm rooting against him by any means. Of course I want him to win. I'm just telling you, beware of that instant emotion. Does it carry over to the next game? That's all. Having said all of that, the Broncos will win this game. Somebody on the chat room says, by the way, if you want to do the chat room, all you have to do is log in to where do we log in? To Vic Lombardi's YouTube page. If you're at your computer, if you go to Vic Lombardi's YouTube page, you can go to the chat room.
Are you talking to me or who?
I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you. Oh, okay.
I don't have a computer.
All right, but if you had one, that's where you go.
I'm in a weird room. I don't even know what room I'm in.
Are you in the conference room over there at altitude?
Yes. Look at it.
Oh yeah, that
notes.
Yeah, don't give up those notes, dude. That stuff's important. Anyway, somebody wants Richard, who's watching online. When you say we will win 24-31, I have to flag you, Rich. I love you, but you never put the lower score first. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a pet peeve of mine. If you say we will win,
that's like shaking someone's hand and then giving them a high five and hitting them on the butt. That's
exactly. And I've got problems with that. We will win 31-24. The winning team, always goes first. Rule number 1 in sports: when you're announcing a score, winning team goes first, whether or not it's your team or not. Winning team always goes first.
I'm gonna go on the record and I'm gonna give you my score.
Dude, there's 21 people watching, by the way, right now.
21?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's 23-17. 23-17. And I'm not going to go either way. But I want this documented that I'm saying 23-17.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to a nail biter.
I think it's going to be a higher scoring game than you anticipate. I think it's going to be very much like the game we saw in Pittsburgh. Because of the playoffs, they're going to let everything go. If Ben is right, Big Ben, and I think he is, I think we're looking at 30-24.
Yeah, I think you need to shut your mouth.
I might. All right, listen, I want to get a workout in before I go into Broncos, work on my womb a little bit. So we just wanted to I know we got a lot of other things, a lot of other issues. Dude, I could see this doing this every 2 or 3 years. What do you think?
No, I want to do it twice a week. I want you to be at your desk, and I'll be at my desk.
Right next to each other?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll do this.
But then how does Adalio just spend an hour and a half getting the technology to work? How does
this the only place you can do this from is your house?
I have no idea. Hey, dude, seriously, take this to the engineers there at Altitude and show them how to do this so we can do this from our desks. Seriously, if this ugly dude, if this guy can figure this out, then somebody over there should be able to figure this out so we can do it right from our desks.
So did he just come in from the half pipe? Were you just outside boarding in the garage?
I know he's got that flat bill hat. Makes him look up. That's my buddy's company there that he's sporting, but he's wearing a flat bill like he's all young, and he's not. The funniest.
Who's older? Who's older?
I'm actually older, but I paint my hair.
Are you the oldest? Are you the oldest one?
I'm the oldest. The funniest moment ever with this guy, with my brother, we were playing flag football a few years ago, and he's actually really good. He played football at CSU. When I say play, relatively speaking, he was on the team. But anyway, we're playing, and so he's running routes as a receiver, and some young kid is covering him and can't cover him. So the young kid comes back to the line of scrimmage and says, "Man, that old guy is fast." We were dying.
Who plays quarterback on that team?
My brother Mario. Oh, hold on. But I just did something. Call on hold. He must have gotten a call. All right, we're going to go.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
So you know what happens?
Did you get a call?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't have that happen.
No. Yeah, we're going to have to change something when that happens. We're going to have to change, he got a call.
I got a call.
Yeah. Someone's probably trying to call him. Hey, I know you got to go. Let's get out of here. Let's end this right now. Just end it.
All right.
We'll do it again some other time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Which one? Wait, this one?